With unity, I think we gave too much, and they gave too little. They were not prepared to step down and share with us. They wanted to assimilate us, you see. I think that is one of the biggest problems that was when we went into unity, not being properly prepared for unity, because granted, we must give Danny Craven and the Afrikaner or the Afrikaner Broederbond the due. They were prepared, and they knew there was no other way for them to get into international rugby if they don't unify. But they were prepared, and they outmaneuvered us. The black contribution of black sports people to the communities throughout the country had a profound effect on their communities as such, because it brought about close and knit communities where people cared for each other, because these communities were actually the elder people were actually your guardians. Everybody could be your parent. So from them we could learn, and the discipline amongst our younger people was far better than it is today, because anybody could chastise you then, and nobody can chastise any other person's child today. And the respect was greater towards your elders, and they could guide us. And therefore, we didn't have all those problems that our youth has today, because of drug addiction and all the social evils that is rearing its head especially in our smaller communities like in Kimberley and in Uppington in California. But now, what happens to our children that are in our community? And that is why, the sport, as I said earlier, has become an elitist sport. If you take hockey, for instance, in our province, it's not being played in the community. They have to go to the West End, former white area, to play the hockey there, or to the beer stadium, where they must go and play. Now, what happens of the child of Colville or the child from Homevale, if he hasn't got transport? How does he get to those the hockey fields? If he's included in a provincial team, he must raise almost 5,000 rand within 2 weeks or a week to go on tournament. And then he's selected by his school's provincial teams. The same with the Craven Week. These our black children, or every child, the whole team must, for instance, they get a collection list, they must pay in 3,000 rand or 2,500 rand. Right now, the wealthy white parent, he just takes out his checkbook and writes a check for. But what of our children here in our community? Where does he get 2,500 rand in a week's time? Where these other schools where the affluent people are, the mother brings their child, the mother or the father, they come to the rugby, they watch their child, and they take their child home. So even our parents, because of the socioeconomic conditions, mother and father must work. So they never see their children play sport. And this is a great tragedy. They are never there to support their children or to cheer their children. And this is, that makes sport, because a child, for instance, the black child sees that white mother and father rooting and shouting for their child. And he sees his parents are not there. So he becomes despondent. Man pa kom kyk my dan nie speel nie, maar man pa kan nie kom nie. And now he loses interest in the sport. And he becomes a dropout, and there's so many other evil, attractive things for them, and they fall into that trap very soon. They take to drugs, they take to smoking, they take uh, what's the name, truancy, all these things, and this is a great problem in our province, and I think all in the other provinces also.